to determine the Tums Classic champion. King of the Hill, of course, will come up after that. King of the Hill being Ricky Ward. Here he is, 35-year-old Billy Young, won the 1991 Tums Classic, the first.
What a letdown. He leaves the 4, 6, 7 on the very first shot. He just pulls the ball. We said this left-hand lane hooks a little bit more. And Billy, being very relaxed after winning that first match, lets the ball get away from him. Has a somewhat of an impossible split. He'll just shoot for the 4-7 zone, hopefully to bounce one of the pins out.
All right. Tough way to start an open frame always. However, he'll be back now. Here's our first look today at Brian Voss. His best was a second in Baltimore. Oh, the 12-time champion strikes.
Voss, the crowd favorite here, just ideal form. Just a 4.5-step delivery, everything locked. You can almost see the determination in his eyes. There's not a position you don't like here about Voss. He'll pull that left arm through, watch the steady head, the knee dropping down, straight to target. Look at that frozen shot. And right now, Chris, Walter Ray Williams Jr. and Brian Voss are bowling as good as anybody I've seen in years.
It just didn't come up. 2-4-5.
I saw him right before we went on the air, and he thought he could bowl 300. That's how high he set his goals today, and he was a little disappointed right here. As he leads at 2-4-5, he needs to get the ball between the 2 and 5, take out the 4. I know he's disappointed, but he has to key on the match now against Billy Young.
All right, marked with a spare, whereas his opponent Billy Young had an open frame. We're in Windsor Locks, Connecticut, Tums Classic. Coming up next, ABC's Wide World of Sports presents NFL greats and the kickoff of the Jeep Superstars. Plus, West Coast Kentucky Derby hopefuls hit full stride at the Santa Anita Derby, and that's live. And racing snowmobiles, Indy 500 winner Al Unser Jr. That's all next, ABC.
Billy Young, whose father was one of the great bowlers in the central part of the country from Oklahoma. He's won an American Bowling Congress championship and has been very influential on his son's bowling career. An ideal style. Billy Young, very compact. He'll be in this area. He'll be right between the first and second arrows. He'll keep his hand directly behind the ball, lift straight through it, and can hopefully make up for that open in the first frame.
Beautiful, beautiful swing. Billy Young.
Now the man ranked 8th in the world on the PBA computer rankings. The rankings are led by Walter Ray Williams Jr. at the present time. Monicelli is second.
Oh, our scout has arrived. We had a few of them last week. Brian Voss has a special weapon in his good luck bag today. It's a pretty cute weapon.
Well, I like to fly home at least after every tournament if possible. This week I decided to fly my wife and my good luck charm out, and he is trained to scream in my opponent's backswing, quite loudly if I might add. So this is Cameron.
And this is his mom, Andrea Voss. Joshua and Cameron, their 2 children. And Dad is out there working. He needed that double. We're in our second game. We'll return after this.
Next week on ABC's Pro Bowlers Tour.
Today in Connecticut, Billy Young won the first match 257 to Kelly Kaufman's 169, the rate strikes. He's going against Brian Voss. He is trailing by 11, can cut it to 1 with a strike right here. Okay, on his birthday, Firestone champion David Ozio.
Thanks, Chris. I'm with Jason Couch, tournament leader here this week. one of the new young players on the tour. Jason, as a rule of thumb, lefties generally in the past decades have dominated from left of the second arrow. In recent years, the lefties have dominated from deep inside. Why?
Well, to tell you the truth, David, I think it's just the power that us lefties generate, and that's also giving you the gray hair.
Good answer, good answer. Bo, give him 10 pins extra on his score. No, seriously.
I think it's just the new reactive resin balls are just giving us an advantage inside because our oil doesn't track out so fast.
All right.
Acceptable.
That's our tournament leader speaking with David Ozio, and right now here's the man ranked number 8 in the world. He trails by 9 pins, can take the lead with a strike here in the 5th.
And a pesky 4-pin on the right line for Brian Voss, former Army champion. Has paid his dues, believe me.
3rd pin on the left-hand part of your screen. The 2-pin goes to the sideboard, spanks out the 7, leaves the 4. And I spoke with Brian last night after the 42nd game, and he said, I am tired. He's only skipped 1 tournament all year long, and it's showing a little bit today.
Tomorrow on ABC Sports, world and Olympic champions compete in performances that are anything but routine. It's the 1993 Subaru World Open Gymnastics Championships. Action begins at 3 Eastern, 2 Central Pacific. Then, get this one. Formula One champ Nigel Mansell tries for a 2nd consecutive IndyCar victory. The Valvoline 200. That's a live race. And I spent several days with his teammate Mario Andretti, and I think Mario's going to win tomorrow.
He looks good. You said Mario does. Spending some time down there in, what, Nazareth, Pennsylvania?
Nazareth.
See, you got a little suntan. I know you didn't get it from up here, pal.
Now Billy Young. 4 in a row. 6th frame. Oh, this is a beautiful match. Back and forth. But now going out to a 20-pin lead, Billy Young.
Other than great ability, both these players have something in common. They both had trouble with their arm swings in the middle of their career. This man right here, Brian Voss, straightened out his arm swing in 1985, where he used to have a loop at the top of the swing, and he's been one of the greatest ever since, winning over $1 million. Billy Young did it this year at the age of 34. Right now, he has a 20-pin lead, can make it 30, 5 in a row.
But his opponent, Brian Voss, has a strike up. And when we come back to Windsor Locks, Connecticut, Brian will be bowling.